Thank you very much. I am Tapiwana Shechiriga and I am the Secretary General of the Zimbabwean National Students Union. With me is the Provincial Chairperson of the Zimbabwean National Students Union for Harare Province and also the Gender Secretary for the Zimbabwean National Students Union. We are just coming out of the Ministry of Justice in Parliamentary Affairs offices, where we submitted a petition demanding the release of our President Takuzwa Ngadzori, who has been in incarceration in Mnangagwa's dungeons of terror for more than 25 days now, simply for holding a press conference demanding accountability in as far as the abduction of Tawanda Mcheyiwa is concerned. We have, in our petition, made sure that we make it clear that President Takuzwa Ngadzori is innocent. He is a victim of ZANU-PF thuggery, he is a victim of state thuggery, he is a victim of state-sponsored abductions in itself by ZANU-PF thugs, as you saw what happened on the 15th of September 2020 at Impala Car Rent House. So our position is, as always has been, our president is innocent, our president is simply a victim, and the students have been persecuted by their own chancellor in the name of Emmerson Mnangagwa. As we speak today, since the beginning of the year, more than 30 students have been arrested for one charge or another, all relating to demonstrations and also protesting, which in itself is a constitutional right guaranteed by Chapter 4 of the Constitution. So I think with regards to the contents of our petition, the Gender Secretary can take you through.
Okay, so we submitted the petition and we are kindly asking the Ministry of Justice to look into the matters of human rights abuse by the state, and we are demanding justice for our president and all the other student activists who are being victimized and persecuted for exercising their rights and for speaking against corruption, against these injustices by the state.
Yeah, so I've noted with concern the violation of human rights and the continuous persecution of human rights defenders and political activists in Zimbabwe. We have noted with concern the arrest of our president and other student leaders who can sum up to 25. I'll read through the letter that we just dropped in the Ministry of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. Okay, so we, as the Zimbabwean National Students Union, have noted with concern the violation of the constitutional provisions, sections 57 to 62, particularly to human rights defenders and political activists by the Zimbabwe Republic Police and the judiciary. On the 18th of September 2020, Takuzwa Ngadzori, the ZINASU president, was nearly murdered at Okaymat by truckloads of armed men in civilian clothes, together with student leaders and journalists who were at the venue, before being arrested for allegedly inciting public violence. Ngadzori, who was their target, was severely beaten and assaulted, while his riot police, which in normal circumstances should protect the security of citizens, was folding hands and watching in the vicinity. The unidentified man then surrendered him to the Harare Police Central Station. The court, as usual, chose to ignore the victimization and torture of Takuzwa Ngadzori and chose to keep him under their custody. This is the new norm in the Zimbabwean judiciary system. As long as one speaks their mind out or expresses dissatisfaction in anything done by the government, they get abducted, tortured and unlawfully detained. A blind eye is turned to assaults and torture and that these victims go through before state agents surrender them to police. Tawanda Mcheyiwa could get justice if Impala Car renders it released details as the High Court had ordered, but rather Impala Car renders is being guarded 24/7 by armed soldiers and armed policemen. What's there to hide? Why are they being overprotected for not releasing such vital information? And above all, why is the Ministry of Justice quiet in all this? In Tawanda's case, state security agents who abducted Tawanda took Tendai Maswacha and two of Tawanda's cousins and left them in the custody of Zimbabwe Republic Police, which clearly indicates a link between the state security agents and the Zimbabwe Republic Police. The same happened when Joanna Mamombe, Nisai Maro and Cecilia Chimbiri were arrested. Paul Nyati, the then police spokesperson, clearly admitted that they were in police custody, but then they were sneaked out of Harare Central and they were subject to victimization and torture. The police spokesperson later withdrew the case when the trio was sneaked out of Harare Central Police Station. Our president was beaten, assaulted and tortured by armed men who surrendered him to the police, who rushed to charge him without gathering facts nor examining his medical condition. Takuzwa Ngadzori was charged of inciting public violence. Who was there? Who saw him inciting? Who surrendered him to the police? who therefore is working with the Zimbabwe Republic Police that beats up people before surrendering them and goes away with it. Without the ministry, the courts, the police looking into that, where is the Minister of Justice in all this? We are therefore kindly requesting for you and your team to look into these matters and handle them seriously. Our President's bail appeal hearing was postponed 3 times for no valid reason, and it's almost 3 weeks of his detention without being heard. We continue to demand justice for our colleague Tawanda Mcheyiwa and our President. Freedom of expression is a constitutional right, and we continue to exercise it. We urge the ministry and the government to respect our existence or expect our resistance. We look forward to the immediate response from the ministry. We just dropped the letter and we're looking forward to the favorable reply soon enough. And this calls as an action statement to all the youth and Zimbabweans out there that we really need to act, otherwise we will perish in our own motherland. Thank you so much.
Thank you.